That's a lovely shot.
Well, that's got him. No doubt about that one. What's in that strike?
He's really smashed that one. That's it. Stephen this time on the second innings.
It's up in the air. It's out. Yes, he's got him. What a magnificent delivery. Doug Cowie from New Zealand. He's down at one end. He was the third umpire yesterday. And there's Steve Dunn, the umpire from New Zealand as well. So the Kiwis pretty well represented out in the centre.
And they're going to have to hurry here if he hits. He didn't. 10 for no wicket.
Brian Lara is a fielder at mid-off, and he's very athletic, Brian Lara. One hand. Just missed. Would have been very close if he had hit. Very, very close for the finish.
Beautifully struck. That'll be the first boundary. Width. And it's cost him 4.
Amir Sohail really got hold of that one. There was a previous delivery that Nixon McLean bowled just a bit too short and a bit too wide, but Sohail didn't really get hold of it. Hit it straight to the man at point. This time he found the gap. He's even on the front foot, Amir Sohail, and it was a short ball. That's just to show you how easy-paced this pitch is.
And more runs here. He's timed that pretty well. It's going to be a race. Just the 2.
He seems to have been around for a long time. Nicely flicked away on the onside. West Indians, though, very quick in the outfield. They did well yesterday, and so far so good today. Into the gap. And back for 2 comfortably. Oh, good shot. He's hit that beautifully all the way. Yes, 6. Lovely shot. Slightly offline, slightly over-pitched. And Syed Anwar was onto it in a flash, right off the middle of the bat.
What a hit. Beautifully stroked 6. Syed Anwar is really powerful through that area of square leg and mid-wicket. They're picking it up from middle and off stump and helping himself to a great 6. Good wrist work, getting to the pitch of the delivery. It's just a little away from him so that you could get a little bit of elevation.
And that's a better delivery, right up in the block hole there, trying to york him that time.
It's Nixon McLean changing his length immediately, bowling a fuller length, a yorker, a good one. Syed Anwar playing over it, but getting a bit of bat as well. That is the reason why there was just a stifled appeal, and not a big one from the bowler.
He's beaten the outside edge again. Oh, he's beaten the fieldsman. That is a good effort, though. It was wide of him. Back for the second.
Amir Sohail does play this pull shot quite well. Ball wasn't very short, just a little cramped for space, but helped himself to a couple of runs because the placement was right. Good shot. Curtly Ambrose will not bowl a little wide and a little short to the batsman, so you have to create opportunities for yourself, and Amir Sohail did exactly that.
Oh, well played. Good shot. He's hit that one very hard. Smashed it away down to the boundary at backward point. Right, well, that's brought the Pakistanis out of their seat. Lovely shot. Just a little short, mind you.
Saeed Anwar picking up the length quickly here, rocking back on the back foot and giving it his full might. Placed it nicely as well. This is a cracking stroke of the back foot, a half cut, half drive, and finding the gap. Here you see the back coming down nicely on the ball and finding the gap.
Into the gap again. That's nice placement. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Anwar just caressing it through the offside. And nicely played. He actually played that one there on purpose, just chipped it over the top of the infield and back for 2 that time. In the air and just wide of the gully. They've got Chandapal placed there for the catch, and oh, that's well fielded. In comes the throw. That's very well done. The throw right over the bails as well. Very good cricket.
This was nicely played by Saeed Anwar, just a little uppish, but away from Chandapal, who was in point, and good effort in the deep from Wavell Hines. And well stopped in the end, and good return as well.
Oh, shot. Well, he's nearly taken that short extra cover you heard Ramiz talking about a little while ago to the boundary with him. And the Pakistan flag certainly flying now. That is a lovely shot. 48 for none. 47 for none.
Lovely stroke from Saeed Anwar, giving it the full. He knew that the fielder was in place for an uppish drive, but he gave it his full might. And Shervin Campbell had no chance whatsoever of stopping that one. Saeed Anwar, such a lovely player to watch when he's provided with a bit of width. Looking very good indeed.
Oh, Bob bowled. What a good delivery. That one is a quicker delivery, and he's clean bowled Sahel. Well, that seemed to get him all ends up. It was a beautifully bowled delivery.
Lovely delivery, getting a bit of spin. It appeared that Amir Sohail was looking to play it with an angle bat. Completely missed it, played down the wrong line. And that's an important breakthrough. Gone for 18, and Pakistan lose their first wicket for 49.
Nehemiah Perry to get the first wicket. And this was a dismissal.
It's completely down the wrong line, and just a little hint of spin and hitting the off stump. A very good delivery. The West Indians have, in fact, kept the Pakistanis under control, just above 3 runs an over, or just below 3 runs an over. (6,214 runs with 600s. He should really be converting some of those half centuries into hundreds.
Big shout, but I get the impression that Inzamam ul Haq was just outside off stump. I think Steve Dunn agrees with that.
Very good delivery, full length. Inzamam ul Haq on the half cock, probably hitting him slightly outside off stump. All the same, a very good shout.
Again, well played. Got away from Mervyn Dillon.
Very delicately played by Inzamam ul Haq. It's not all power by this man.
That's a good shot, but again, Shervin Campbell is out in the deep. Will he cut it off? Just about. Good work by Shervin Campbell. Still 3 runs to be had for Pakistan, though.
Oh, very well stopped there by Shervin Campbell, saving a certain for getting his foot just on time and stopping the ball dead. In fact, treading on it.
That was a bit dangerous. Could easily have turned his ankle on the ball, Sherwin Campbell. I'm not too sure Sherwin Campbell picked that up quite early. Saw it with enough time to prevent the boundary though. 21 overs gone, 68 for 1 Pakistan.
A lot of cricket, as you say, ahead of him as well.
This could be close. Curtly Ambrose fumbled. We were talking about the runouts just now.
Inzamam ul Haq really not responding to that Anwar call. Anwar played it in front of him on the onside, the 2 Amros. But Inzamam ul Haq certainly not prepared to take the single.
Went a long way down, Syed Anwar. He's very fortunate that Curtly Ambrose fumbled.
Nehemiah Perry, but since then he's been just a little bit expensive. And that's gone past slip. It's going to run all the way down to the boundary for 4. Tough one for Campbell. And he really got back and he was going to fly that away square. Any edge was going to go fast. Sherwin Campbell anticipated it, but he wasn't quick enough.
Yes, quite wide of the slip fieldsman there. The man now pushed back into the area behind square on the offside. Once again, the cut shot played. This time square, he's placing him very well. That one's running away towards the boundary. This outfield's getting just a little quicker as it dries out. Picked up right on the boundary. Well, that's in the air. This is going to be 6 all the way. Yes, all the way. Big one. Very well played. Anwar's a good player. That 6 takes him to 48, and it was effortlessly played away.
You've got to feel sorry for Curtly Ambrose. It was a real loosener. He's come back for a second spell. He's obviously a little bit stiff. He bowled his just about his whole 10 yesterday, and he's come back and been greeted by this. Just picked it up and helped it on its way. Right off the middle, beautifully timed. Plays that shot so well.
And again away on the onside. They've got 2 fieldsmen back there. That'll now change. Yes, so they're the 2 fieldsmen in that area. Well played. That's a very well played half century. We've seen 2 so far in Sharjah in this tournament, and well, that's the best one so far, no doubt about that. And the Pakistanis, quite a lot of them who've come to watch today, have enjoyed every single one of them.
There he goes over the top, and it's a long way. Don't worry about that one. That's a biggie. 6 runs.
Oh yes, they love it. That kangaroo lookalike is jumping around down there, and this is what they like to see. Nice big 6s. Anything off the middle of the bat, right off the toe it was, and whack. Have a look at that. He meant that to go a long way, and it did.
I think he'd made up his mind he was going down the wicket, and that has gone a long way on the rooftops.
Yes, that's the biggest 6 of the tournament so far. And there's another one. There's a fieldsman down there. This might be out, or will it be over? Over. Well, just for a second I thought it may well end up in the hands of the fieldsman down at square leg. Not to be.
He's been punished, Jimmy Adams, and it wasn't all that bad a delivery. He realised he was there too soon. Anwar, and then he just flicked the wrists. Beautiful timing. I'm not surprised it saw the egos taking a bashing as well. He's just deceived a fraction, and he flicked the wrist, and his timing is so good. It almost looked like it was going to the fielder, and then it was over the top.
Right, well, it's all action in Sharjah today, and of course this is the magnificent cultural centre here in Sharjah. Have a look at the lovely green grass, and of course the cultural centre is at Quran Roundabout. Consists of a library and a fashion hall and also an auditorium. In 1998, Sharjah was nominated the cultural capital of the Arab world by UNESCO, and in the centre of the roundabout is a representation of the Quran. You can see that right in the centre there, standing in the centre of the cultural centre here in Sharjah. So that's a nice spot to visit. Oh, and that's a slow one too, and it's also been smashed away to the boundary for 4. Yes, he's not happy with that one. It was slower ball and a beautiful bit of adjustment there by the batsman.
Picked it straight away. He's watching it now. He fielded him the first time round, and there was a wry smile between the two, but now Saeed Anwar really can pick it, and he picked it early, waited for it, picked his spot. So often you fool the batsman with that slower delivery, but he's watching the arm and the hand so carefully, he's made the adjustment immediately.
He's blasted that one through the offside field, and that's, well, no, it's going to be cut off by the sweeper. Yes, we've been keeping an eye on the performance of the fieldsman. Short ball, and is it going to be out? I think, oh, good catch, nicely taken, Brian Lara. Very, very well timed. He watched it all the way. It was disappearing over his right shoulder. He never took his eye off the ball for an absolute split second, and he watched it straight into those safe hands of his. Good catch, this one.
And this is really needed by the West Indies. Nixon McLean's come up with the goods, just slightly quicker. And this is a very good catch. It looked simple in the end, but the judgment off the bat is not easy when you're at mid-on, especially when it's high on the bat like it did there. The temptation is to think that it's gone much quicker than it has. And Brian Lara never took his eyes off the ball. And that was an excellent catch, even though it looked an easy one, and a good breakthrough. 121 for 2. But there is a nice platform for this man, Yusuf Yohana. We'll be looking at 250 Pakistan minimum. Just a little high on the bat, slightly quicker. Saeed Anwar, I think, one of the few times in which he's tried to hit the ball too hard. His eyes really lit up, and that's an excellent catch. Going away from you and over your shoulder is not easy to take. Very hard to judge that. And Lara did it well. This hits high on the bat. Not off the middle. And he'll be mightily disappointed, Saeed Anwar. He was just starting to take charge.
Well played, straight back past the bowler, and well timed. No doubt about the fact that this outfield is quickening up. Oh, well fielded too. Well, that's Jimmy Adams. He's obviously in a spot of bother. The ambulance being sent for, and that doesn't happen unless, of course, there's a bit of a problem there. We'll keep you posted. It looked as if it was his foot. He's obviously got a problem, and the ambulance has taken him away, perhaps for an X-ray. Oh, and Inzamam, will we have to call that his first chance? Let's see, a replay might tell us whether he was back or not. Would a direct hit have got him?
Such a poor judgment this. It's gone straight to the field, and Chanderpaul's very quick. I think he thought it was going squarer than this. Watch how he sets off. Yohana, I think, perhaps deceived him a little bit, but Inzi turning's like the Queen Mary, and it was a poor throw. He didn't balance himself before he let it go, Chanderpaul.
Yes, all he had to do was hit, didn't he? And that was the end of Inzi. So straight away, he's given the Pakistanis a chance. Right, so that's the end of the over. It's 124 for 2.
Well fielded. That was a close call. That was good work by Ricardo Powell, and also by the wicket keeper. A bit of a collision between Inzamam ul Haq and Ridley Jacobs, two big men.
Well, this is brilliant stuff from Ricardo Powell. Look at that dive and great presence of mind, throwing right end. Inzamam ul Haq struggling and then falling. But that's nothing unusual for Inzamam ul Haq, Mikey. You saw him in the World Cup diving and being run out, but at least he made it this time.
That's a good shot. Just about got his hand to it, Brian Lara. Just took some pace off it, but not enough to prevent it from going into the boundary. (136 for 2) Pakistan. Found the gap. Just over the rope as well. Umpire Doug Cowie will ask the third umpire for his opinion. Not too sure if it has gone on the full or not. I think you'll find that it did go on the full.
Well, this was nicely played by Inzamam, and it went all the way over the ropes.
That should bring him another couple of runs, although it's Ricardo Powell down there.
Pakistan doing it quite sensibly out there.
Just the one to be had, although there was a bit of fumbling. Inzamam ul Haq didn't quite get down to his end as quickly as he possibly could. Well, really he has bowled 4.2 overs, 4 overs and 2 balls. Because of course he finished Jimmy Adams' over, and they were pushing for 2 here, and they will get them. Jimmy Adams bowled 4 overs and then had to leave the field. So Chandra Paul finished his over. That would have made 2 balls, but of course he has bowled 2 7-ball overs. And the computer doesn't know what to do with those balls. So it means theoretically he has bowled 4.5 overs, but practically 4.3.
And that's magnificently struck, appreciating that extra pace. Yusuf Yohana, it's not going to go for 4, but it's a very good shot. Again, just a little bit of width. And he's mowed that away. That's the real one-day shot on the bounce. Perry's just cut it off. So Brian Lara not giving away too many boundaries. He won't be unhappy with that. The thing he will be unhappy with is only 2 wickets down, and that's a real problem for him. And that's beautifully struck. Not picked by the man out on the sweeper boundary, and he's given away an extra single. I think he didn't realise it had been timed quite as well as that. He thought the man at short cover was going to pick it up. Just beautifully timed. Very late setting off. Good pick up and throw in the end. Didn't get up. Oh, there's a mix-up here. Inzi's got to hurry again. And that's where he's such a problem, because he hasn't got an awareness of where the ball's gone, and he doesn't trust his partner's call. That's one of his problems, and he never sets off quickly, and it creates all sorts of problems for a quick runner like Yusuf Yohana.
Inzi desperately trying to get to the other end.
You've got to trust your partner. When he says yes and you don't know where the ball is, you run. Well, perhaps you don't trust him if you're going to try and take a single like that. Over the top and well struck.
Certainly the message getting across to Inzi. Powerfully hit over mid-wicket. When this man gets into a shot, it's certainly could be unstoppable. Very powerful hit. Getting right behind it and all that power of his strong frame behind it.
Yes, good batting. I think there was a slight feint like he was going to go down the wicket, which he did the ball before. Chanderpaul dragged it in short, and back he went and played a very good pull shot. 50 for Inzamam. And there he goes again, and that's beautifully hit. Only the single, but it's a classic shot.
Inzamam certainly making his intentions clear that time, once again using his feet, getting up to Chanderpaul. Low trajectory, but Inzi was very quickly onto it and struck with great power.
There he goes, straight down the ground. This will be a one bouncer. No effort at all. And Chanderpaul coming in for a little bit of stick now, and rightly so. They're all happy. Look at the smiles on those faces.
Wonderful batting by Inzi, coming down the wicket and struck with supreme confidence.
There he goes again. This is even bigger. Don't worry about this one. It's gone right where the supporters are. They're going to love that. Will we get the ball back, I ask myself. They really enjoyed that. That's the 200. 202 for 2.
This man certainly has got into the act. He really could pummel this ball around. Plundering runs of Chanderpaul, using his feet once again and firmly struck. Great amount of power. The ball landing a good 15 to 20 yards outside the boundary.
And there he goes over the top again. The sweeper hasn't seen it. It's going to go for 4. He didn't even move the sweeper, never saw a thing. And that right hand that we talked about from Inzamam really coming into play there. Just a little short arm jab.
Nothing seems to be stopping him, Inzamam, continuing this attack, this onslaught on the West Indian attack. Certainly doesn't need to be doing any running now. Boundaries coming very, very quickly.
7 or 8 and over. So it's going to be around the 260 mark. And that's put away beautifully. No chance of stopping that. And Perry's disappointed, and well he might be. He's been punished.
Once again, Inzi putting the full load of that bat behind that delivery, and there's no stopping him. Sisufan, a big fan.
Lovely use of the wrists again, just rolling them over, making sure he doesn't hit it in the air. And there's a mix-up again. Very poor example of running between the wickets from these two. They've got no understanding.
Well fielded, beautifully fielded. That would have been out by Miles too. Well, a direct hit is what they needed. Well, they've every now and again made some wonderful stops, the West Indies.
This was a special effort from the 12th man. And although the throw was just a little wide, but a great effort nevertheless.
Inzamam touching down, thinking about another one and running. Oh, and he's gone by Miles. Gone by Miles. What a run. What a run. Well, Inzamam just decided to keep going. And the throw came in, and he must have felt sick. He was halfway down the wicket when he would have realised that it was all over.
There was never a second run in that. And Inzamam, in the end, did perish through a run out. And there you see the throw absolutely spot on, and Ridley Jacobs just had to collect it on first bounce, and Inzamam was out Miles. Nevertheless, a very good knock from Inzi, 71 of 88 deliveries, 218 for 3, Pakistan after 46.
Into the gap. Nicely fielded. That's well done. Brian Lara stepping on the gas to get to that one. And that's the end of the over. 2:21 for 3. Oh, now they're setting off. Oh, that's out. That's out. Yes, he's got him. Another run out, Pakistan. Well, that was a sneaky bit of work. What happened was that there was I think, a thought of a run initially, and then once he'd tried to take the bails off, just watch this, here we go, thinking about it, then came back, he flicked the ball, that's when they decided to go for it, but he was quick, wasn't he? Grabbed it and whipped the bails off, and he had the batsman stranded by a few inches.
Ridley Jacobs showing good presence of mind. An attempted run out of Moin Khan, and then he realized that Yusuf Yohanna was coming back for the single, and they got the stumps down in time. So he's gone for 48, and Pakistan now lose their 4th wicket for 2-2-3.
So Wasim Akram, the new batsman now, the captain of Pakistan, joining Moin Khan. Desperate stuff in these last few overs now. Oh, that's nicely played. That's the shot he loves. Beautifully played. Chipped away on the onside, right off the meat of the bat. He's a lovely timer of the ball. He really is.
Great timing. Moin Khan finding the gap, placing the ball beautifully through that mid-wicket and mid-on area. Curtly Ambrose had no chance of stopping it.
It's the area. He's hit it. It's hit it. And it's gone. It's gone. All right. That's a big 6. Wasim loves it in that area.
It's a magnificent hit. It wasn't that bad a delivery. Perry just bowling a little shot of good length. He was hoping that the batsman would come down the track. He's making sure that he didn't allow the batsman any room to work the ball around, and look at that hit.
Hit that one too. Up she goes. It's going to be caught. Long on's coming in to catch it. Will he get it? He's got him. Out on in the deep. Caught it deep long on. Well, he had to go. As I said, when you come in situations like this, you've got to go after every ball. He's an unselfish cricketer. He went for the big one down the ground. Didn't quite get onto it. And that was nicely taken.
There's not a lot of option available for Wasim Akram. He had to go for that one. And he didn't middle that one. Went high in the air. And was beautifully taken by Ricardo Paul, who has been outstanding. Winding up to clear the infield, to clear the boundary. And there you see Ricardo Paul getting underneath the ball, keeping his eyes on the ball, soft hands, giving in and taking a beautiful catch.
Yes, so the end of Wasim Akram, 2:37 for 5. So Azhar Mahmood is the new batsman, just loosening himself up here. He's he's not going to have much time to make a name for himself. Moin Khan smashes it again down the ground. Oh, good shot. It's gone all the way. That is fantastic timing. He really is a little bundle of dynamite.
It surely is. Moin Khan hitting a flat 6. Very difficult shot to play against the off-spinner. Beautiful timing once again from Moin.
Well, that's on the onside. Smashed down towards square leg. Puff of dust and it hits the deck down there. Just one that time. Good throw. Oh, Pakistan are turning it on here, that's for sure. Just have a look at this shot. Oh, fantastic shot. Wonderful timing. And I thought it was going to bounce 15 metres from the fence. It didn't. It bounced 15 metres over. Only 13, but he's only faced 10 balls. He's already hit a 4 and a 6. What can he do with this one? Get ready on the boundary. There she goes, up in the air, way over the top at mid-wicket. Good shot, it's all the way, just carries for 6. I think it just made it down there. No, it didn't, just short of the boundary rope. Well, it must have been a close thing. What a good shot. 2:49 for 5. In the air, this will take some catching. It won't be caught because it's going all the way over the top again. Wonderful timing. He really is hitting some beautiful shots. Doesn't try and hit them too hard, caresses them away.
Electrifying stuff from Moin Khan. Great wrist work. timing once again. Threw long on this time. Sherwin Campbell had to get a long way across, but it was over the boundary line.
Outside off stump, was it too wide? The umpire decides it wasn't. That is a better delivery right up there. At the end of a little gem of an innings, Moin Khan ends up with 27 not out, and Pakistan have really posted a good score here in Sasha.
Yes, the Pakistani later order batsman once again providing the impetus to this innings. Moin Khan leading them with the quick fire 27, 6s and 4s, and also Saeed Anwar, Inzi and Yusuf Yohana providing the base for a good healthy total.
So there we are, the Pakistan innings got off to a relatively slow start, although Anwar was the man who really got things going. You can see there that Sohail was very slow. 48 balls for his 18. He's going to have to lift his strike rate a little bit. Inzamam played beautifully as well, 71 off 88 balls. Johanna too was good and fast as well. A good performance by him. And Moin Khan played a gem of an innings. Only 16 balls for his 27. And rest assured that Akram, well, he would have done the same thing. But you just have to go after every ball when you go in at the end of an innings. So 260 for 5 in 50 overs.
Yes, the West Indies did struggle today against the experienced batting lineup of Pakistan. Ambrose was quite okay today, giving away 41 runs. McLean a little expensive towards the end. Perry taken for a few runs later on. And Dillon was probably the best of the lot, bowling to a very good line. Chandapal, a makeshift arrangement, not working for Brian Lara.